Here's something that cracks me up. There are two guys, or two people. I know one of them seems like a guy. Might be a woman, I don't know. Might be trans, I don't know. It's a person. One of these people, and now another one, so I have two. Two people on Patreon that I know are talking shit about me, because I've seen the forums where they talk shit, are paying me $3 a month. And of course, you know, Patreon cuts that down to 5 from 6 assholes. But at least I'm getting $5 a month from two people. And I don't really put anything on Patreon because I only got like 2 fans. But like there's stuff available at that level where they can read some of my writings. They can't see any of the videos I put up there, and I haven't put that many up there. But I put some videos there that you can get for $25 a month. And if you subscribe to that channel where I'm putting videos on, I'll start making more exclusive content only for Patreon. But I got a few videos there that you can see at that level. It's stuff I've done that's just, one of the things was pretty crazy. But as far as I know, was beneficial to this person or people that I did this for. So I did it by giving some homeless people some alcohol a couple months ago, like a big bottle of brandy for $12. So if you'll see that proof on Patreon that I did this. This is quite a while ago. This is like back in the, maybe even like the fall. But you know, I gave these homeless people some alcohol. They weren't there, but you could see the tent, or I'm sorry, the sleeping bag, and then I walked off. And so like this is like in November or something. So there's proof, video proof that I did this. There's some other videos, just some rants that I haven't put on YouTube just because there were things that I thought up that I thought, oh, okay, this isn't too bad. I'll just throw this to the exclusive and then do some more rants on YouTube, which is what I usually do. So you'll see some rants that I did, bitching and moaning about life and things that are pretty funny. A lot of them are inspiring, but you'll see it at that level. And if somebody subscribes to the videos on my Patreon, I'll start doing more videos. I'm not really into doing more writings because at that $3 level, you've seen my writings and you choose to be there sort of supporting me on YouTube. The fact that you watch me on YouTube, maybe even talk some shit. But because I'm talking about bigotry, I blocked the comments because they were all bigot comments. So there was no real point of listening to the alt-right. And a few of them had swastikas as profile pictures. So I put the thing together pretty quick that a lot of these guys were generally bad people, like racists and such. Definitely Trump supporters. Of course, a lot of them lie and say, I'm not a Trump supporter. Because, you know, the right wing and their lies, the left wing would just say, probably even try to prove. It's not something that they would say in public, you know. If they were lying about that, they would be found out. Like if somebody said that they weren't a Trump supporter in public around people, but they were, they would be found out. But if they do it over the internet, they wouldn't be found out. So that's why a lot of people troll and talk shit over the internet, but they're like the biggest pussies and quietest people you've ever met offline. And I'm certainly not one of these quiet ass people. I mean, I'll sit there and socialize with people all day. And I do sometimes when I'm in restaurants. People just at the other tables and stuff. Well, it's just me, I'll do that. If I'm with you, like you're my friend or whatever, the odds of me socializing with other tables is 0. Because I don't do that. I talk to you. So I mean, if I'm sitting in the park and I didn't get a video of you coming up to me, talking in the third person and insulting me as you looked at me, and I left and I don't have proof of that, well, that was happening in the moment. You can't document every second of your day. Things just happen spur of the moment, you know? You should rely on proof. You don't have to believe people if they don't prove things. But it doesn't mean that it didn't happen. Even though we say video error didn't happen. I guess on the quantum physics level, it didn't happen to them. So it didn't happen. But it happened to me, so that's what happened to me. I'm not one of these people that says you can't because it didn't work for me. I'm one of these people that said the fact that I talk about it makes it better for you, but apparently it doesn't make it better for me. So you really got to explain how, like, you get this a lot from people. It's like, no, I'm not a bigot, but I think that the 20-year age gap with older men is bad because it's my opinion that it's bad. Or I read a study, even though this kind of relationship doesn't happen very often, and there might be some bigoted ways to start a 20-year age gap with younger women that work, but maybe don't carry through for very long. Like, it's about your religion, or it's about your economic class, or it's about your age group. You always see this in the world. So, like, if you're there saying you're a racist or a homophobe or a sexist, I'm not really gonna like you anyway. But, like, if you're saying you're not these things, but you're an age phobe, I won't like you. Because you'll see a lot of people that are, like, into older women that are like 20 years older, or support that, but they don't support it with older men because men are bad, period. Well, that's bullshit. Nice guys are better than mean guys. It's true. I mean, if you're a Republican or support Republican guys or ideals, then it's not true for you because you're already expressing that you're a conservative. And that's hard enough for you being an idiot. Great, you can start a relationship, but you can't maintain one. I mean, if you got the hookup, yeah, I would like to maintain a relationship. If you could start that for me, I'll give you $100. Or if you're that chick and you go on a lunch date with me or a dinner date, and at the end of it, whether or not we have sex, depending upon if I like you enough to go to the second date, then I'll give you the $100. I'll do this for 4 months. If at the 5th month you still don't want to have sex with me, but you still want to date me for the free food, I'm good with that. As long as it's like at least once a month. Otherwise, I'm going to get the picture that you're not interested and I'll go my other way. Or I'll ask you, like, what's going on? I mean, we could just like set up a date where we could go on a date like the first Friday of the month, or any day of the month, week I mean, but like the first Monday through Sunday a month. It's got to be the first one of those, because that's when I get the predominant amount of my money. But I would have to talk to you for a month to know that you're worthy to go out on this date with me. I would also, immediately upon starting of this conversation that we have to have before we can go on a date, if that's not in video chat form, then I have no reason to talk to you. If you got to criticize me on the way in, it's not a date. I'm not here to listen to you. Nobody I've dated has come in criticizing me to where I didn't want to date them. So if you got to come in critical, then I'm not going to date you anyway, which means you won't earn the free meal a month and you won't earn the $100 for the first 4 months along with that free meal. And no, I'm not looking for sex. As a matter of fact, that's up to you. If you want to, fine. First date, it doesn't matter. But we're gonna have that meal first because that's what I want. Because I want to determine this is gonna become a relationship, and that's gonna take like a half hour offline eating food with you. And before that, maybe a month of talking, which starts off with a video chat. If that's not good enough, then I'm perfectly reasonable in calling Gen Z a triple-headed Cerebus of bigotry, age-phobic, classist, religionist. And I don't care if you criticize me. Because if you're criticizing me and you're not getting paid to criticize me, you're wasting your time, idiot. You're just doing it out of fun. It's not causing any changes. It's just causing me to call you a bitch-ass idiot. Make some money criticizing me. Loser. You are wasting your time. Because I'm going to say the things that irritate you. Bitch, age-phobe, classist, religionist. I'll give you $100 to sit down and have a conversation with me at the steam plant. I am not doing this to get sex. I guarantee you, no matter how much sex you throw at me, it's not gonna get you to the second date. What's gonna get you to the second date is you sit down at the steam plant with me, one-on-one. We talk, we eat some food, and to me, you're nice, you don't seem bored, and it seems to me like you like me. 'Cause if you don't, you're not gonna get a second meal from me. You could be 10 chicks come up, have sex with me right now, and it's still not gonna get me to the second date with you. But if you come down and meet me for lunch or dinner one day, and I like you based upon what I had just said, then I'll give you $100 at the end of the date. I'm not trying to have sex with you because it's not going to get you to the second date. I want a relationship. With reality, which is you. Unless you are breaking the rules that I just set previously, you dumbass. So you can criticize me all you want, bitch. You're not getting paid to criticize me. As a matter of fact, you might be a critic that does have a PayPal account. Then yeah, I suppose you're paid to criticize me. But I'm still gonna call you a little fucking bitch. Because I'm getting paid to criticize society by having a Patreon account. And since I have 2 subscribers that I know talk shit about me, I've won the argument. I'm getting $5 a month from these bitches. And they're taking it. They're not getting paid, I am. And of course there's that critic that does criticize me when he's bored. And I criticize him back for he and the chicks he dates being age-phobic, classist, and religionist. Or at least one of the three. And gargling cheese whiz to come up with that inane voice. He's gonna sit there and take it like a bitch. Because I'm getting paid to criticize. I'm on Patreon. And you could do the same thing. But if you come in doing it, I'm not gonna date you. So I don't see your point. And you're not getting paid to criticize me. So you're just wasting your time. I don't care if you're a 17-year-old white girl. I'm still gonna be at the point of, when this nigga gonna get over the introduction? Cause so far I'm not interested in this bitch. You age-phobic, classist, religionists, bitches! I'm getting paid to criticize you. I'm on Patreon.